Good morning. My name is Raymond Len Alejandro, and I'm here to talk about why students should be held responsible for bullying if it leads to the victim's death. But first up, bullying is unwanted, aggressive behavior among school-age children that involves real or perceived power influence imbalance. The behavior is repeated or has the potential to be repeated over time. Both kids who are bullied and who bully others may have serious, long-lasting problems. There are different types like verbal bullying, social bullying, cyberbullying, and most painful, physical bullying. Bullying in the Philippines is widespread in schools and over the internet, with a study states that about 50% of Filipinos students are bullied in school. However, there is a strong link between bullying and suicide, as suggested by recent bullying-related incidents in the United States and other countries around the world. Over 14% of high school students have considered suicide, and almost 7% have attempted it. Bully victims are between 2 to 9 times more likely to consider suicide than non-victims, according to studies by Yale University. But the question is, students should be held responsible for bullying if it leads to the victim's death? In my opinion, yes, and I will argue about it. If the bullying is so severe that they can't take it anymore and the victim commits suicide, then they should be held responsible because they shouldn't be doing it in the first place. And they know it's wrong, but they do it anyway. Speaking from experience, bullies can put you in a mindset, causing you to believe the bad and hurtful things they are saying. Not only that, the families of the victims are distraught just because of the actions of another student. And they can't do anything about it. However, legally responsible does not necessarily mean a murder charge, but there should be some sort of accountability. The bully has caused death and therefore should be punished for what he has done. My suggestion is either through counseling, rehabilitation, or at the worst case, juvenile detention if it causes too many problems. We do this for the student to avoid any more incidents. We can't ignore this just because they don't know that their actions and words will lead to death, because they're old enough to think about their actions in life. Now, if we continue to do this, then the bullying in the world will go down. In conclusion, students tend to get away with their bullying and in turn the victim's death just because they're too young to accept any long-lasting punishment. But in my opinion, there needs to be consequences in life and their actions. If we continue to ignore these actions, more and more students will think that bullying has no long-lasting effect to the victim. Therefore, will lead to their death. As I said before, if bullying is repeated or has the potential to be repeated, it may have serious and long-lasting problems on the victims. if we try to make sure that they are legally responsible, then the percentage of bullying around the world will decrease, and our schools will be a safer and more reliable place to learn. Thank you, and I hope you consider my argument.